Day 96. So today was a little bit of a wonky day for me. Normally I work from home on Wednesdays, and I do my third day of reentry. But today I needed to take my car into the shop because it needed to be serviced for its 75,000 miles. And so it left me with a loaner car and, doing something out of the ordinary. And so I ended up getting up around the same time, but I ended up cooking myself some French toast. It was good. Not the best, not perfect, but good. And then I decided to go into the office because there were massive thunderstorms pretty much all day. So I was like, well, might as well go in, and I'll work from home on Thursday so that I can then take Zane hiking on Thursday. So I went to the office, did some work, and then I was like, well, since A, I don't have any food prepped, and B, I'm not going to be in the office on Thursday when I normally would go out to eat with coworkers. I'm going to go out to eat with coworkers today. So we went out, we got Philly cheesesteaks. I was good on one part. I normally, when I go to this place, I order a full, it's like a foot-long Philly cheesesteak. So instead, and I've started to do this with a lot of sandwich places, I ask for a half a sandwich and then extra meat and extra toppings. And so that usually comes out to like 3/4 of what a sandwich would be minus, half of the bread. So that, I'm glad I kind of figured out that technique because it definitely allows me to eat more of what I want with less of the caloric intake from the bread. And then got back to the office, and so far I've been fairly good about avoiding food in the office, well, except for yesterday when I had some turkey meat. And today someone ordered TIFF treats for the office. And so I did grab one of those cookies because they smelled really good. And then I came home. I was always planning on having French onion soup, and so I did that, which I probably put a little more cheese than I needed to on it, but French onion soup without a good cheese layer is not French onion soup. So, I mean, the day probably could have gone better. It definitely wasn't ordinary, which made it a lot more difficult to follow a specific pattern. But I think it went okay, and I'm gonna end up eating some of the foods that I planned for reentry. I'm gonna end up eating those tomorrow, so hopefully it'll balance out and I won't have too much of a gain from what has occurred today, I guess is what I'm trying to get at. It's one of those things where you plan and you can only enforce for so long, and I think we have to come up with a little more effort to enforce my reentry because, trust me, there's a reason it's 3 days, and it's so that you don't spend half a day in the bathroom, not necessarily regretting the food you eat, but regretting the fact that you did it and now you're sitting in the bathroom. So, we'll see how tomorrow goes.